Hey guys, welcome to TST Garage. I'm Bart. In the shop with me today is beautiful Kawasaki ZX-4RR, and we will be mounting a fork slider kit on the front axle here. This just arrived from Womet-Tech. Let me tell you about it, and then we'll get to wrenching. We have two Delrin outboard puck components that take the impact and abrasion point away from the forks and also extend away the first zone of impact and contact away from all of your vital components here, your wheel lip, your edge of your rotor, some of the other components here. If you were to put an imaginary line from the tire to the puck here, you'll notice that all of this stuff avoids impact in a crash. It also helps you if you have other crash protection components installed, like our TST Industries frame sliders, these bar ends, spools on the rear, that will take the plane of first contact farther away from the motorcycle, from the vital components that you may not want to touch in a crash. These are very inexpensive, they're very easy to install. They just have two fasteners. They are directional though, so we will talk about that in just a moment. Let me break it down, take it all apart. We have two pucks. They are side specific. There is a tie rod that goes inside your axle from the left side inward. And then we have a longer screw and a shorter screw. We have one of these pucks with a recess, a counterbore, and then a boss. This is the component for the left side, this axle head side. So you will have to match the boss into that hole, and on the other side, you will have just these smaller features that line themselves up with the axle features that are on that side. The longer screw goes through the right side setup because our tie rod only makes it part of the way from here inward. The actual axle will narrow towards the right side, so we can only pass the diameter of that screw through that section there. All right, let's start putting this together. So on the shorter screw side with the boss that will go in here, we will assemble the tie rod onto it first. Now, here's a tip. If you have thread locking agent, I recommend putting that on this side and this side only. Don't want to put it on both sides. The reason for this is that this will increase the friction between the threads on the left side of the motorcycle, and then you will have to use only one tool for subsequent removal and reinstallation. So at this point, I will just tighten this into the tie rod with a little bit of thread locking agent. I'm using blue, it's medium strength. Now this will become a unit that goes through here in its entirety and then is capped off on the other side, and this will screw into there. Now in subsequent removals, you will only have to rotate the screw on the right side of the bike, and that will just come out of this entire unified setup. This will make removal and reassembly really easy, which is a pretty big deal in track day and race settings. You want less steps, right? So I've just given you the formula on how to do that. Let me match this screw in here. I am using a 5mm Allen tool. For this first installation, I will use two of them, one on each side. Once that thread locking agent cures, it'll only be necessary to turn the right side screw out for the removal and reinstallation. On these components, I do not prescribe a torque spec. It's because we're going into Delrin. Delrin is sort of a soft component, soft material we can just preload it and use it as a spring, and that will keep the screw in. Obviously, you don't want to leave it loose, so I want to feel it out. If you do need to torque it down, I think 8 foot-pounds will be plenty. Do not go beyond that because you will be squishing the Delrin components in, and that's not good. You don't want to deform them. All right, that's pretty much it. It's a very simple installation, as you just saw. It does provide very nice effects. As you can see, we have added a layer of safety to the front of this bike. And if you'd like to do the same, these parts are available at tstindustries.com as a standalone unit or as part of our total protection pack that includes fork slider, frame slider set, bar end set, and also a set of spools for the swing arm. If you like what you see here, head on over to tstindustries.com. These parts are available for purchase right away, ready to send to your house, and our videos empower you to get these installed all by yourself. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe. Give me a comment. I always like hearing from you guys. And that's about it. Ride safe. See you later.